one Wednesday, a seemingly tranquil town concealed a terrifying secret. At the heart of this outwardly ordinary community, an ancient legend told of the existence of an occult pact with supernatural forces. Every Wednesday evening, when the twilight glow enveloped the town, the inhabitants gathered in secret in an old forest on the outskirts. A millennium-old pact bound them to a dark entity, an ancient force known as the Eternal Shadow. Amelia, a new resident of Wednesday, soon discovered the mysteries shrouding the town. Drawn by strange whispers and furtive glances, she began to explore the forgotten corners of the forbidden forest. One evening, Amelia discreetly followed the residents to a mystical location. The participants, clad in black robes, traced strange symbols on the ground. The atmosphere vibrated with sinister energy. The Eternal Shadow, a shadowy silhouette, materialized before them. The pact demanded a tribute. One by one, the participants offered fragments of their lives, symbolized by personal items thrown into a sacred fire. Amelia, hidden in the darkness, felt a shiver of horror as she understood the devouring nature of the pact. As the ceremony reached its climax, the Eternal Shadow turned toward Amelia, its bottomless eyes scrutinizing her. She realized that her presence had been detected. In a panic, she made an involuntary noise, drawing the attention of the participants. The Eternal Shadow, angered by the interruption, unleashed a storm of darkness. The forest roared, trees coming to life to seize the transgressors. Amelia fled into the night, pursued by the threatening murmurs of the entity. Back in the town, Amelia understood that Wednesday was doomed to live under the yoke of the Eternal Shadow. The inhabitants, bound by the pact, acted like puppets in the service of a force that devoured their lives and aspirations. Every Wednesday evening, the streets emptied, and the inhabitants silently made their way to the cursed forest. Amelia, haunted by terror, became the solitary guardian of a dark secret. She knew that only a courageous intervention could break the pact and free Wednesday from the grip of darkness. Story 2 Wednesday, Gateway of Lost Souls. In the heart of a small, isolated town, there existed a terrifying legend associated with every Wednesday. The inhabitants dreaded this day, but none of them could have imagined the true horror that awaited them. Every Wednesday night, at the stroke of midnight, a mysterious door would open somewhere in the town. This door was invisible to the common mortals, but those who knew the ancient ritual could perceive it. It was said that behind this door lay a passage to a gloomy realm called the Lost Souls. One Wednesday, Clara, a bold young woman, learned of the existence of this door through an old local legend. Intrigued, even obsessed, she decided to unravel the mystery surrounding this door and find it. Approaching midnight, Clara followed an ancient cobblestone path shrouded in thick mists. Suddenly, she felt a dark energy in the air, and the door appeared before her. Its contours seemed to be made of swirling shadows. As she crossed the door, Clara was transported to a strange and sinister world. Leafless trees stretched as far as the eye could see, and the sky was perpetually immersed in oppressive darkness. The lost souls, spectral entities, manifested around her. They whispered tales of eternal grief and unspeakable torments. Clara then understood that she had entered a realm where the regrets and sorrows of wandering souls were eternal. Every Wednesday, Clara found herself stuck between worlds, confronted with the torments of the lost souls. She discovered that she had to help these souls find peace, to hope to find her way back home. Over the weeks, Clara befriended some tormented souls. Together, they solved twisted puzzles and appeased the regrets of these ethereal entities. However, for every soothed soul, a new one appeared, perpetuating the infernal cycle. Wednesday after Wednesday, Clara oscillated between the world of the living and that of the lost souls. The door remained the fragile link between two realities, condemning the town to eternal night and the souls to endless suffering. The legend of Wednesday, the gateway of lost souls, continued to haunt the small town, reminding the inhabitants that every Wednesday was a day when the boundaries between life and death blurred and horror took shape. Story 3 Wednesday, Shadow of Twilight. In a tranquil town, every Wednesday was shrouded in a mysterious aura. The streets seemed silent, the lamppost lights flickered strangely, and a palpable tension hung in the air. The inhabitants, though aware of this recurring strangeness, hardly dared to speak of it. However, a particular Wednesday caught the attention of Sophia, a bold and mystery-hungry young woman. She had heard whispers among the townsfolk, disturbing tales telling that at nightfall a sinister shadow moved through the town, seemingly searching for something. Determined to uncover the truth, Sophia decided to patrol the town that night. As twilight swallowed the daylight, she noticed a dark silhouette stealthily gliding through the alleys. Sophia followed it from a distance, letting the uncertain glow of the streetlights guide her path. The shadow led her to an old, dilapidated mansion hidden at the edge of town. The windows were shattered and the wind whistled through the cracks in the walls. As Sophia approached, she felt a strange, oppressive energy. The door creaked open, revealing a dark and dusty interior. Sophia advanced cautiously, following the indistinct whispers seemingly emanating from the walls themselves. Suddenly, a voice murmured in the darkness, revealing the tragic tale of a cursed family that had once lived here. The patriarch of the family had made a pact with dark forces, sacrificing the soul of every firstborn on Wednesday night to prolong his own life. Caught in the grip of the narrative, Sophia realized that the dark silhouette was the shadow of the former patriarch, condemned to wander eternally to atone for his sins. The mansion then transformed into a nightmarish spectacle. Spectral images of macabre rituals haunted the hallways, and muffled cries echoed in the air. Understanding that only liberation could end this curse, Sophia gathered her courage. She embarked on a series of exorcism rituals, battling invisible forces that sought to stop her. As the final ritual was completed, the mansion trembled, emitting a spectral scream. The shadow of the patriarch dissipated into a dark whirlwind, leaving behind an oppressive silence. Sophia, exhausted but triumphant, exited the mansion, which now seemed frozen in time. The following Wednesday, the town returned to its usual calm, and the whispers of the twilight shadow faded away. Sophia had not only freed the tormented soul, but also dispelled the shadow that had darkened every Wednesday. The town, liberated from the ancestral curse, could finally breathe without the threat of the looming darkness.